I'm 82 years old. 3 years ago, I had a stroke that should have killed me. But here's the thing. My body was screaming at me for 3 days before it happened. I just didn't know what I was hearing. Now I know. And I need to tell you. Because if you know what to listen for, you might catch it in time. I was 79. Healthy, I thought. I played golf twice a week. I ate decent. I wasn't on a ton of medications. My doctor said I was doing fine for my age. I felt fine until I didn't. It started on a Monday. I was in the kitchen making coffee and I got this weird headache. Not a normal headache, this was different. It was on the right side of my head, behind my eye, sharp, but it only lasted about 30 seconds. Then it was gone. I shrugged it off, probably slept wrong, probably needed more water, probably nothing. That afternoon I was reading the newspaper and the words got blurry, just for a few seconds, like my eyes couldn't focus. I blinked a few times and it cleared up. Figured I needed new glasses. I was 79. Of course my eyes were getting worse. Tuesday morning I woke up and my left hand felt weird. Not numb exactly, just off, like it wasn't quite mine. I could move it fine, I could pick things up, but it felt strange, tingly. I flexed my fingers a few times and the feeling faded. Still didn't think anything of it, old age, circulation, whatever. Tuesday night, I was watching TV and I couldn't remember the name of the actor on the screen. I knew his face. I'd seen him in 100 movies, but his name was just gone, completely blank. My wife said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, just tired. Brain's not working." We laughed about it. Old age, we said. Happens to everyone. Wednesday afternoon, I was playing golf. 4th hole. I bent down to tee up my ball, and when I stood up, the world tilted. Just for a second, like I was on a boat. I grabbed my club to steady myself. My buddy asked if I was all right. I said I was fine, just stood up too fast. That night, I went to bed feeling exhausted, that deep, bone-tired feeling. But I figured it was the golf, the heat, normal stuff. Thursday morning at 6:47 a.m., I woke up and couldn't move my left side, couldn't talk, couldn't call for help. My wife found me 20 minutes later, called 911. By the time I got to the hospital, half my face was drooping and I'd lost control of my entire left side. Ischemic stroke, blood clot in my brain. The doctor said if my wife had found me 30 minutes later, I'd be dead. If we'd gotten to the hospital an hour later, I'd have permanent brain damage. As it was, I spent 3 weeks in the hospital and 6 months in rehab, learning to walk again, learning to use my left hand, learning to speak clearly. And the whole time, all I could think about was those 3 days. The headache, the blurry vision, the weird tingling, the dizziness, the confusion, the exhaustion. My body was screaming at me, and I ignored every single warning. The neurologist explained it to me later. Before a major stroke, you often get mini strokes, TIAs, transient ischemic attacks. They're like practice runs. Your brain loses blood flow for a few seconds or minutes, then it comes back. The symptoms go away. You think you're fine, but you're not fine. Those mini strokes are warnings. They're your body saying, hey, something's wrong up here. Pay attention. Fix this before it's too late. I didn't pay attention, and it almost cost me everything. Here's what I learned. Here's what I need you to know. If you suddenly get a weird headache that's different from your normal headaches, don't ignore it. If your vision gets blurry, or you see double, or you lose vision in one eye, even for a few seconds, don't ignore it. If any part of your body goes numb, or tingles, or feels weak, even if it goes away, don't ignore it. If you feel dizzy, or lose your balance, or the world tilts, don't ignore it. If you suddenly can't remember words, or can't speak clearly, or get confused, don't ignore it. If you feel exhausted for no reason, don't ignore it. Those are warnings, all of them. Your brain is losing blood flow. It's dying a little bit at a time. And if you ignore it, eventually it dies a lot all at once. That's a stroke. And when that happens, you have minutes, not hours, not days, minutes to get to a hospital, to get the clot dissolved, to save your brain. After my stroke, I joined a support group. I met dozens of people who'd had strokes, and almost all of them had the same story. Warning signs, days before, sometimes weeks, and they all ignored them. One woman had a headache for a week, thought it was stress. One man's arm went numb 3 times in 2 days, thought it was his shoulder. One woman forgot her grandson's name and laughed it off as a senior moment. They all had strokes. They all wished they'd gone to the hospital sooner. I'm 82 now. I'm lucky. I got most of my function back. I can walk, I can talk, I can feed myself. I can live independently. A lot of stroke survivors can't. But I live with the knowledge that I could have prevented it. If I'd paid attention, if I'd gone to the emergency room on Monday when I got that weird headache, if I'd called my doctor on Tuesday when my hand felt strange, if I'd taken any of those warnings seriously, but I didn't. Because I didn't know. And because we're taught to tough things out, to not overreact, to not go to the hospital for every little thing. Here's the truth. Some little things aren't little. Some little things are your body's last chance to warn you before something catastrophic happens. A weird headache might be nothing, or it might be a stroke waiting to happen. Blurry vision might be nothing, or it might be your brain screaming for help. A tingly hand might be nothing, or it might be minutes away from permanent paralysis. You don't know which it is, so you need to find out. I'm 82 years old. I had a stroke that should have killed me. I survived, maybe not for a stroke, me fast, maybe for something else. We got to the hospital fast. But your body's trying to tell you something. But listen, I shouldn't have needed luck. Don't wait. I should have listened to my body. Don't laugh it off. I should have acted on that little thing. You're getting warnings right now.